Welcome my friends, this is Jeff Arcos. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we're Tuesday, 4th of December 2018. Remind you this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. Please consider term and condition before you continue. Send when you're receiving the recording. As well, thank God for another day to my life and pray His blessings today. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, so welcome again. So let's have a look what we have today. At 9 a.m. we got a that's today. That was happened already. 1:30 we have the RBA rate statements. Is the first Tuesday of the month, so that should be right. Cash rate. So we'll see what happened with Australia. It's a bit stronger this week. And then we have 7:15 the British pound with the Bank of England. So right tonight, and after that. The data is coming. All right. Yeah. So after them, we got that nothing through that. All right. So let's have a look what is happened so far with the currencies, and we're looking, of course, the which one is first one here? Bit confused. So is this the dollar? Looks like. Okay, so yesterday it hasn't done much really. Still in a sort of kind of going nowhere with that. So that's yeah. I don't know whether it's gonna plan to have all Christmas until Christmas this way, but we'll see that what happened. All right, so now let's look quickly our trades for today. What is the chats are here? All right, today we do have the New Zealand yen, which is right at the top of our currency, just has broke up a little bit. So I am that trade at the moment with a stop loss over here. Did not happen a daily retracement. Every time we trade the breakout, the weekly, sometimes works beautiful, but sometimes doesn't. So that's the first risk normally I take at the beginning of the week. And then the second one is always the pullback. Pound New Zealand, we the same, just took the break of the line, and this is where the market now is running. And we'll see whether the market will not have power enough to come back to where the stop loss is. New Zealand Canadian. Now with the New Zealand Canadian, we have a pullback. So this is what I'm normally the second options that we normally look into trade. So the weekly is sized to us is going up. All right, so we got a beautiful weekly candle close. We got the number over here, but the daily today is bearish. So this is when we see this kind from there, a pullback over there or a pattern. So I was expecting yesterday was the only sort of preempted trade that I did. The other ones I check at London time, and so this is where the market failed to come to the touch. So we still with buy limit and buy stop right there. So this is what we're really looking every single day. The highest probabilities is there when the weekly is up and the daily is down. So that's the excellent scenario. So we'll see with this one. That's the Don Chien over there, and now we'll see what happened. This one is still strong, so it just broke from there. So I'm having a little bit of sort of protection from here. So we'll see whether that one's is going to be a good one. Same with the Euro New Zealand. We just did have the break yesterday from the beginning of the week, and that's normally the aggressive way of looking to trade. Normally causes, especially for Monday, causes a little bit of that. But always the safe is when the market retrace. So here the same. So everything with the New Zealand just broke up, yesterday. So we'll see with this one there. Now, Australian yen, we have a pullback today. So as we see, this is a negative strength of minus 28 on the daily, and this is where we we know that here we can see sort of kind of opportunity to entry. Now, from this point on, we can apply anything that we want. So if we're looking at, for example, this one, we took in the Australian group, which is that one there. So the E8 is waiting for another sort of kind of fractal. But if we want to get a trend line in the top, we just play with the time frames, and that's a stop loss. Now, I don't like where it is there at the moment, so maybe I would like this trend line over there. So the only thing I need to do is come up here and change in the pivot count. Maybe I will try 3 instead of 2, and not sure how it's gonna react there. I think it's gonna continue taking this as a consideration. So to avoid that, I need to the pivot indicator. Maybe I will be putting a higher sensitivity. Maybe I will try the 4. The bigger the number, the lower the sensitivity of the indicator. And yeah, that's maybe I would be like it more likely over there. So when I come over here, I do exactly the same as the indicator. And what is it's tricking me up. Pivot here. So we did the top. We changed it to number 4. Number 4. And there we are. So I'm happy with this one. So 3 contents. So from here, I think this is a strong line. When we're looking at this currency on the Australian yen, and we're looking over here, Aussie yen, and this is the daily. So we see some kind of pullback from there. So what we're really looking even in the 4 hours, or maybe at the moment, because the 4 hours has said nothing, a pullback from that scenario there. So this is what I'm looking there. And it's a beautiful setup there. So I believe that here, so because it counts 3, not 2, so it will not be looking for there. So we'll need 2 more before it moves the line, but that line over there would be quite nice to look for trade. So when I'm looking, okay, if the market breaks from here, that should be my stop loss, 40 pips around. So I can come over here and modify my stop loss, which is here. Let's put it 50, just give it some grace. into that, and the E8 now. Whenever this is what I like it, this is when I start actually with Majestic and then create my own trend line trader over there. Is that's the only job I do in the morning, and from that point on, nothing more I can do. So the market will follow this line all through here, and I don't have to worry, what happened next. So the main thing is I got the retracement, and I will speak a little bit later. So let's go quickly for the list, watch list number one. Here is the same strength, so the market breaks. So we don't have nothing with the pound Australia, but here we have something good one. Now with this EA, the EA will continue following that that strength. So what I do as well with the Australian Canadian. So if I look the Australian Canadian, I haven't put it yet in here. So we got a retracement today with that one. And the only thing I do is to come looking for long, and that's my line. Now, if I want to say, okay, I want to fall over there, that's actually could be a good. So that's would be my risk, 30 pips. Let's see, 50, 40 pips. So I come over here and I set up my 40 pips setup, and then the market will follow the line through today because I got the retracement that I'm looking for. So every time the retracement happen, now we're looking at options from here. So if I look Australian Canadian, so here the same, and the 4 hours, it will need to be waiting for another one there. But then if I start looking around, so as you see, don't like much over there, still following up. Now we got something good. So about this level, I would like to be uh, trigger. Now I will maybe consider to have three counts instead of two. Pivot counts. So because I'm going to a small time frame, so no, it's going over there. So at the moment, I would like to keep in the two, following that line over there, and that's it. So that's how um, play, and yeah, I'm happy that level. So from here to there, 16 pips, 20 pips, maybe 30 pips would be a nice stop loss, and that's it. And it's all set over there. So the two EAs are very different. So the one is will follow the 15 um, period bars, and then once it's done, then once the entry is there and everything is going okay, then I can shift into the to this area over there. But we will see what happened from there. So that's exactly what I'm looking, and I will explain soon why I'm looking over there. So here, I forgot to actually put it over there. We do have exactly the what we're looking for, and I do the same with the EA. So I'm looking in the pivot trader E8 and the Donchian E8. What are the best chances for there? Playing with the lines and playing with their support and resistance levels from there. So tomorrow we'll see what happened over there. So here's we got another one. The weekly is down, the day is up, and that's what I will looking to try. So seller stop is in place there, following the price until the market breaks. We got Australia and US, and we got a day down as well with a strong weekly over here, and that's exactly it is. So that's only the watch list number one. We don't have nothing more to show off from that. And now let me explain you why we prefer there. The daily pullbacks always is going to be an incredible setups over there. Since this is the 15, yeah, 15. So what would really, when we see that this is the weekly, this is the daily, this is the 1 hour, 4 hours, doesn't matter what time frame we're using here. But what we really the scenario that we're looking is actually this. Uh, maybe not this one. The weekly is still No, maybe this is so we look in three things when we look into entry on a daily. So we know what to trade, but we need to be looking when to trade, and when to trade only happen in these three conditions over here. Let me put the stop. Yeah. So I'm looking over there. So the three conditions is that whether the market consolidates. So consolidation is quite good way. So that would be number one is when the market consolidates. Number two is when the market retrace, present as a daily two. So when the market retrace. And number three is when we have the we look in the daily low, and from here we continue seeing this is, lower than the previous one, lower than the previous ones, lower than the previous ones, but this is now higher than the previous one. And this is when the trend line trader works. So in here we have um, um, highs and lows of the daily. All right. So these three options is the one we're looking is when to trade on a daily time frame. The number two is actually quite nice because that now the number one is good when the market does not retrace but it consolidates, and that is a good sign that when we have the selection that we're looking for, this is very good. So let's look through some examples through here. For example, that. So we know now the weekly, if we look on the left hand side, on the weekly candle closes says to us, we're looking to go low. So we know what to trade. We are possible and the watch list is pointing us to that. But here we know when to trade over there because now we have the the right day that we're looking when to trade. The market has retraced. So in this case, the market put us into this trade, stop us out over here with 16 pips, put us back again, and then takes the right. So, and this is the beauty that, with it in the past when I used to draw trend lines and put in orders, walk away, come back, and then I say, oh no, I got to stop out and I could not re-enter. But with the EAs that we have, the GMT and myself, we have this, we can stop volatility into the market. This is the market that is happening. So the main thing is what to trade and when to trade. There are two more things, and as we see the pictures today, this is what exactly we're looking personally ourselves, that we can be looking here. Okay, just let me see a little bit. Rob, I can see your video. If you can maybe turn it off. I see your face there. So we have webinar. But anyway, nice to meet you. Um, there. So yeah. So this is the two things that we normally would like to see. For example, over here, we can see the weekly candle close is actually bearish, but we have a daily, you know, um, a daily up over there, and this is exactly what we're looking to trade in scenarios like this one over there. And from that, unfortunately, the market went very choppy. No much to brag from those levels. This is another one. So when the market retrace, we got over here, market entry, and again. So sometimes happen this. We can stop that that's a nice, excellent. So we look in the weekly candle close is an is bullish. The daily retrace, and then we're looking it's just the entry from that moment over there. So that's the entry, that's the exit, and that's how it's happened from time. So that's one of the things that we're looking. Now the other most common way in Mondays to trade the weekly candle close is that we have the options whether I want to trade the break of here. So without waiting any daily retracement. So Monday is just sometimes important as it is, because we don't know sometimes the what's gonna happen next, but we want to be trading right from Monday. So set up the E8, put the trades, and then get a stop out back again, because now we got a daily retracement, and that's where it's going, those trades. So that's again. So if we're looking in these cases, we don't have the retracement. So we don't know really the future of what is going to happen. It's going to retrace, going to break through. It's Monday. It's the beginning of the week. And the only thing we need to do is from here is to measure our risk and put the trade, and let the EA that do the rest, like we did yesterday with the other ones, waiting for a daily retracement. Sometimes won't happen, so the market just break over there. And normally, if no, I don't have nothing in the morning, come in London time and wait for that. So that's normally the first one of the first options, available over there when the market breaks, and let that one that takes control from there. So the main thing is to leave in the hands of the EA, when to trade, and that's actually one week setup. The beginning of the week, we just look that one there, put the E8, and then walk away. So that's how, as long we got the right selection, is what it really matters from there. So, and that it is. So, and here we don't worry, whether it's gonna pull back. We don't worry whether it's gonna consolidate, whether it's gonna give us a previous high low or previous low high. We just blinded, just trust in the system, trust in the watch list that I provide, and just put it over there. Now, if that's not make us happy, don't know why. I believe once we leave the number one, the watch list number one, then maybe we can consider. But still, every week looking from there, looking to try, and yeah, but still I believe in a very good shape over there. So one week over there, market breaks, looking from Monday to try, and that is all it is. That's another one over there. And the beauty is that if we enter over here, that's our stop loss over there, 50 pips gone. Bad luck, but that's trading. That's a beauty from there. Now, we normally, when we're using the 4 hours time frame, we try to put a bigger number. So we're looking for 30 bars in that, and which is giving us a quite nice setup from there. Now, in this case, some people say, "Oh, no, I don't want to enter it right over there." So the other option is to come over here and wait for the daily pullback, which is right there. Now, to do that, when you're waiting for the daily pullback, you want to enter at the high of this level over here. So right over here, you can have the options whether to change the time frame to the maybe 1 hour, because you want to be looking somewhere over there. Where do you go? Yeah, somewhere over here, and this one, I guess we need to change into that 15, because it's getting closer over there. So that it is, and that's our entry. And once everything is done, it just changes into the normal side. But this is, just in case if people wants to wait. For me, it's very clean, just to set up the strikes on whatever the market is telling us. And when especially it's the first week that turns around, the market has come down and Sunday consolidates. So from that point, this is supposed to be 4 hours. So from that point, we have whether it is that week over there, and now, and this is interesting. Once we got triggered over there, you see this is a major stop loss over there. Now I'm looking always for fractals or pivots or rejection points, what I call, to move my stop losses to those levels over there, and then just take the loss, because that's the thing over there. If we're looking to go short over there, nothing happened to short whatsoever. If we're looking to go long over here, there it is. market breaks, comes back. We say it after 2 weeks. Sometimes it's good to change that our trailing stop. Otherwise, the market has quite nice run over and over again. So when people ask me which one is your favorite, it's just, I guess my only answer for that is what sort of time you have to trade. I have a good friend, David Gray from Global Prime. He used to say you will get from the market what you put it in. Well, with this one, it really is quite of, I think the key factor of last 17 weeks, now we have 4 months, August, September, October, and November. The reason that the positive results are coming every week except for 2 weeks and every month without failing is because of the watch list. The watch list select the most strongest currencies, and this is what it's all about. You need to have something that is telling you the strong versus the weak, the highest probability trades, and from there just pull the trigger, and that it is. And especially if the automation of these times, is telling us. Now, what we do with GMT, we're actually gonna tune up the system when we're gonna have actually an app in our phones, to warning us about bars like this one or things like that. Like I say, for me, if I take only every single bar, just short or long, and I say to people, even if you want to, get the midline to entry and an exit, you can every week, enjoying these trades, week by week, take the winners, take the losses, and this is, it's not rocket science really. Is the main thing is when the market is going up, waiting for the day that the market is going to retrace. That looks that it's going to retrace, there it is. Nothing happened through that week, so the week is not very healthy. That week doesn't look that it's going up, but the close was quite positive. But this week is different, and that it is. So if we take that entry over there and exit over there, we can do in a very, very sort of easy way of trading the market on those way. All right, so that's the three options we have. Whether sometime it happened this, and that's what I mean. Once we entered over there, I'm not waiting for the stop loss, the EA to stop me out. I just follow the fractals, and that's when I'm out over there. So whatever it is lost, and then wait for the next entry if the market will play the game. Sometime, good bar like this one, can say to you, oh yeah, this is the way the market is going. But at the end of the day, the market does know, has the last word. So we just need to be wise and how to trade, and when to trade over there. All right, my friends, it's nearly 28 minutes. So if you have any question, you can do so right now before I close. I leave a couple minutes of grace. But yeah, so that's what we got for this week, for today. Sorry. So you received already the chats this morning. So normally what I send to the emails that I have that has been provided to me. Oh, where did you go now? I just show you. Oh my goodness. So this is our chat. So that's for Monday. So, and then, we're waiting for a daily pullback. Now, when I come at London time and I see a 4 hours pullback, then I consider, say, yeah, that was, the whole bar actually pulls to this level, and say, yeah, so put the trade over there and then walk away. So that's how simple it is. So as we see, the New Zealand group does not have a pullback, but it just broke through there. So then I'm aware of the moves that we can have over there. Australian yen, then we have the pullback that we're looking for. So, and today, this is a manual as well, looking just for what I got over here. So same with this one. This one didn't have pullback. This one didn't have the pullback, but that's Monday, and that it is Tuesday. So the one is going up, the other one is going down. Perfect to follow, trailing from there. So we'll see. That's a buy stop with a stop loss in place over there. All right, my friends. So cut the video and send you the video. I hope so you're enjoying this